Assalamu alaikum. The process of photosynthesis consists of two steps. One is light dependent reaction in which solar energy is utilized to produce ATP and NADPH. The second is light independent reaction, which is also called dark reaction, in which energy of ATP and NADPH is utilized to produce glucose molecule. Here we will just discuss about the light dependent reaction, which may be non-cyclic phosphorylation and which may be cyclic phosphorylation. Phosphorylation means production of ATP, and here in the case of light dependent reaction, solar energy, light from the sun is utilized to produce ATP, and that is why it is also called photophosphorylation. And this light dependent reaction takes place in the photosynthetic pigments, and here these photosynthetic pigments are arranged in the form of cluster, and cluster of photosynthetic pigment is called photosystem. Here is the photosystem 2 and here is the photosystem 1. Now we will discuss the light dependent reaction step by step. The first step, when light falls on the photosystem, the antenna complex of photosystem channel this light energy into reaction center, and in reaction center, by absorbing this light energy, two electron excited and goes from low to higher energy state, and these two electrons are captured by the primary electron acceptor. When two electrons leave the chlorophyll molecule, the electron holes are generated. Because here oxidation process take place, electron leave this chlorophyll molecule, electron holes are generated, and this chlorophyll becomes strong oxidizing agent. And this oxidize a water molecule. Here an enzyme involved which breaks down a water molecule. By breakdown of this one water molecule, two proton and two electrons are generated, and half oxygen molecule is generated. These two electrons fill this electron hole, which is created by excitation of these two electrons, and these two protons are present in the lumen. This is the thalakite membrane, with inside is lumen, and external to thalakite membrane is stroma. Here we can say the chloroplast, external is stroma, this is the thalakite membrane, and internal space is lumen. Here is thalakite membrane, which form a sac-like structure, and internal is lumen. And here these two protons are produced, these two protons and these two protons. Next, these two electrons, which are captured by the primary electron acceptor, transported to the electron transport chain. Here in this electron transport chain, there are different electron carriers. First is plastoquinone, then cytochrome complex, then plastocyanin. These two electrons are captured by the plastoquinone, then cytochrome complex, then plastocyanin. And when these two electrons are transported through these different electron carriers, energy of these two electrons is utilized to produce ATP by cytochrome complex. Cytochrome complex utilize electron energy to produce ATP. Here electron flow provide energy for the chemiosynthetic production of ATP. Here in photosystem 1, when light energy fall on the photosystem 1, energy channeled by the antenna complex into reaction center, and here again in this reaction center, two electrons are excited from low to higher energy state by utilizing solar energy, and these two electrons are captured by another primary electron acceptor which is present in photosystem 1, and these two electrons transported to another electron transport chain, and in this electron transport chain different electron carriers are present. Here is the ferredoxin, these two electron goes to ferredoxin, and then these two electron goes to the NADP reductase. It is enzyme NADP reductase, which utilize the energy of these two electrons to produce NADPH by NADP to NADPH. Here in this process, the energy of photo-excited electron is utilized by the cytochrome complex to produce ATP, and in this electron transport chain, the energy of photo-excited electron is utilized by NADP reductase to convert NADP into NADP H plus H by utilizing two proton and two electron. But here is a point. The ATP produced by the cytochrome complex is actually not directly ATP produced. Here you can see it is ATP is produced by a chemiosynthetic process. For this explanation, we have to take this system onto original location. Here is photosystem 2, photosystem 1. Here is photosystem 2, photosystem 1, which are arranged in the thalakite membrane. Here is electron transport chain, plastoquinone, cytochrome complex, plastocyanin. Plastoquinone, cytochrome complex, plastocyanin. Here is second electron transport chain, ferredoxin NADP reductase. Here is ferredoxin and NADP reductase. This is the photosystem 1, photosystem 1. Here you can see when photosystem 2 capture light energy, due to which electron are excited and goes to electron transport chain, plastoquinone, cytochrome complex and plastocyanin. And here this cytochrome complex not directly produce ATP. Actually this cytochrome complex utilize the energy of photo-excited electron to transport hydrogen ion from stroma to lumen. And this movement is against the gradient because concentration of hydrogen ion is greater in lumen than in stroma. And as we know that when we have to move a substance from lower to higher concentration, the energy must be utilized. And for this movement of hydrogen ion to move from lower to higher concentration, the energy of photo-excited electron is utilized. And this the energy of that photo-excited electron is stored in this hydrogen ion in the form of potential energy. And this hydrogen ion is passed through another enzyme, ATP synthase. This is ATP synthase. When this hydrogen ion moves through this ATP synthase, the stored energy in the hydrogen ion in the form of potential energy is utilized for the production of ATP from ADP. Actually, cytochrome complex not directly produce ATP. Instead, it transport hydrogen ion from low to higher concentration, and that hydrogen ion is involved in the production of ATP by passing through the ATP synthase, and it is called chemiosmosis. The definition of chemiosmosis is the production of ATP by movement of hydrogen ion against the concentration gradient, and this is ATP production. And finally, in this process, NADPH and ATP are produced, and this is called non-cyclic phosphorylation because in this process electron moves in single direction. It will never return. It moves in a single direction. If we see the equation of photosynthesis, for the production of single glucose molecule, 9 ATPs and 6 NADPH are required. It means more ATPs are required, but the production of ATP and NADPH are equal. You can see in the non-cyclic phosphorylation. When more ATP is utilized, when ATP is in short quantity, in short supply, then in chlorophyll molecule, the non-cyclic phosphorylation is shut off and cyclic phosphorylation is turned on. Here in this process, here in cyclic phosphorylation, the electron from the primary electron acceptor goes to ferredoxin, and instead of going to NADP reductase, from ferredoxin, electron of ferredoxin goes to the cytochrome complex, because when electron passes to the NADP reductase, NADPH is produced, and when electron of the ferredoxin passes to the cytochrome complex, and cytochrome complex produce ATP from the energy of that electron, and cyclic phosphorylation start. Electron from the photosystem 1 excited to primary electron acceptor goes to the ferredoxin, then cytochrome complex, then plastocyanin, then photosystem 1. Again this cycle repeated again and again, and ATP is produced until the ATP supply is maintained. When enough ATP is produced, then cyclic phosphorylation is turned off and non-cyclic phosphorylation is started again. And here is the process of light dependent reaction. Hope you understand. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.